How's it going, everyone? It's Louis Crypto here. I'm back with another quant update. Just went for lunch at my grandma's and now back where I'm staying. Gonna go to the pool quickly, then come back up to watch the Tottenham game after against Barcelona. Yeah, what do we see with quant over here? We can see, as I've extended this support box now from the price of 81 to $100. So this is pretty much area to DCA at. I guess even if you are above it, it's just showing you that this is support. So technically, yes, it'd be better to buy when it's within. But even if you are hovering slightly above, it's still a good time to DCA, to be honest, guys. Even below this low, even if you're up there at 200, it's a great time to buy. So yeah, while we are still at $100, we have to take this opportunity. Now, if we do dump a bit lower, that is the reason why we DCA and don't go all in at one point. So yeah, with Quant, we know it's a solid project. We know that eventually it will explode. We've seen a lot of coins dumping, yet Quant is still holding up. It's been doing the same thing for over a year now. We're in August and we were at the same price back in July 2022. So not much is really going on. One thing that I can do though is go to another chart, but before we do so, we can see that we are trapped in somewhat of a a downtrend over here with lower highs. However, we are still maintaining higher lows, so it's just pretty much suggesting that we are in a range bound market. So just up and down, not really going anywhere. We've known this for a long time now and it's pretty boring. That's why I'd always suggest not putting so much focus on just one crypto. I know a lot of you here are only in quant. Why do I know that? Because a lot of my students that are in the Discord community actually only own quant. I always tell them you don't want to put over reliance on just one coin, because as you can see here, price has remained the same for 1 year. If we go to a year to date, we're pretty much at the exact same price point. What is the date today? The 8th, and on the 8th, yeah, okay, a little bit higher, maybe 20% higher, but we can see that we're pretty much within that same range a year later, a year on. So this is why I'd always suggest diversifying. Use quant. We know what quant is going to do. Use quant as one of those that is going to hold up the account. When we go into dips, we're seeing alts getting hammered, but coins like quant are holding the account up. So it's nice to see that. It's not going to bring the most amount of gains in comparison to all the alts out there, but we know it's a guarantee to go up, and that's why it's seen as a safer investment. We can see that although trapped, we have been trapped beneath this for, oh my gosh, since October last year. We've had its moments where we've attempted breakouts. We can see as we come close in the last few months or so, we actually have closed above, but we didn't actually get that confirmation where we did close above, but we didn't get that second candle holding. Not necessarily has to be a second candle, but just when we do break out, we want to see it back tested and held as support. We just didn't see that over there. We ran into that 200 EMA. That's what sent us lower, and we failed to lose this low over here. So that's actually interesting to me. So that is at about $95, $96. And while that's being maintained, we can see that we've been printing higher lows, not higher highs, but higher lows. It's just pretty much showing you that, yeah, we're still potentially not potentially, we are in this range bound market. We can even mark out the high of the range over here at $120. So yeah, we're basically trapped between these two price points. I wouldn't really focus on these moving averages over here as of now. We're in a range bound market. The only one I really focus on is the 200 EMA. That is going to act as our resistance, our top essentially. Now this is acting like as a trend line. We draw a horizontal range high, but we've also got this descending trend line, and I use the moving averages as that. So we can still see that technically quant is bearish on the daily time frame because we are beneath this 200 moving average. However, we know that we're being held up by this humongous DCA area. Every time we come back down to it, we're bouncing. So right now we see that we've broken out of this green downtrending line. I guess you can call it a descending triangle, as we've got horizontal support followed by a descending resistance. But we have broken out. Now, the breakout did just pump into 200 EMA. This is expected. And from that point, as I mentioned in the lot, so I was actually able to make a video back here. I was actually saying we should come back down to test this level as low as there. We did go back down a little bit lower, but as of now, we are still holding that low. So that's another point of interest for us, guys. We know that, okay, if this $99 level is lost, maybe we do come down and test this $96 area. So while this $99 is being maintained, it's going to give us an opportunity to now reclaim these moving averages, flip it into support, so we need to see a confirmation of that, and then head into that 200 EMA again. Can we then break and head to the range high? This is what I want to see Quant doing next. But please, this is what I want to see. This is not meaning that this is what's going to happen. This is what I want to see for the bullish case to head. This is what we need to see to get back up to the range high. It's not necessarily what Quant is going to do. If we do break above the moving averages, then we know what is going to happen. Understand that. But if Bitcoin now dumps, I've already prepared you. We said if we lose this, then we come down to here, lose this, and we go a little bit lower. I can even give you some targets to the downside if we were to actually head down lower. We've got some confidence at that $96, $95, $96 area. And in fact, it's saying we could come down as deep as this point over here, which is just acting as further confluence. We already knew this. We already knew that we could come down to the low of this. It's just showing further confluence, essentially, guys. If you want me to guide you or anything, just reach out to me on my Twitter, or all the links down in the description or pinned comment section will help you guide through all the things that I do have on offer at the moment. But as of now, we can essentially say that this area is a box of support right here. As long as we're maintaining this area, we're looking for pumps to reclaim these moving averages. However, this is still maintaining as our downtrending resistance. We won't want to break past this point to get back up to our range high. We can see that if we were to ever get back up there from this point to 120, put that on the breakout right there, and it would signal for us to return back up pretty much to this head and shoulders point over here, this left shoulder and right shoulder over here, so to in and around that area over there. So I'm going to finally finish off this video by going to the Quant Bitcoin chart. I know a lot of you have been asking for that over the last month or so, so we'll look into that now. But make sure you've liked this video. I know a lot of you haven't liked it, a lot of you aren't subscribed either, so please help me do that. In my Discord community, many weeks ago now, we spoke about this box over here that I drew, this parallel channel that we were trapped within, and I said we're going to see Quant breaking out, at least in the short term, which was, of course, let me just show you the pump quickly on Quant. Yeah, so that was this pump over here. We were essentially saying that we're going to get a pump if we see Quant / Bitcoin breaking out to the upside, because if this is breaking out of here, it means that Quant is going up against Bitcoin. So that's only really going to happen if Quant is going up rather than Quant going down, less than Bitcoin, essentially. Well, I guess that's what's really happening at the moment. We saw a slight dump on Bitcoin, but Quant pretty much not doing anything. Although at the moment, this is suggesting that it's Bitcoin's time to shine as we are breaking down. It means that Bitcoin is gaining power over Quant. What I would personally like to see is if we were to now lose this area as support, which we've been holding for the last days, I want to see this lower band being held. I can even add a middle point over here, so we know that there is another layer of support in and around this area. Maybe I can even draw a line across this point over here at about 3409, and we know that potentially if we can get a bounce from here and reclaim these moving averages, we're going to see price exploding. That is how we would get to $150 if price were to now come up to that 200 EMA. So just keep that in mind. Keep your eyes on the Quant Bitcoin chart. I would suggest, adding this parallel channel. That's what I put in the Discord community like maybe a month ago now. And we were essentially saying back then in the Discord community, if we do break out over here, we're going to see a pump on Quant. So that was a tradable event. If you didn't take that, if you weren't aware of that, then this is what why I'd suggest either taking action on the course. I could even give you 3 months totally free in the Discord community if you were to either do the coaching or get that course. And then after that, it is 50% off. You can just join the chat if you want. Anyway, the links are all found in the description. Just reach out to me or navigate through all the links. You can find the website and all of that. But other than that, it's pretty much it from me. Lose these 2 dotted lines and we come down a little bit lower to the lower band. If we lose this lower band, this is where it gets very negative for Quant, because it means that Bitcoin is just overpowering Quant so much. The suggestion would either be Quant is being left behind and Bitcoin's going up, but I would tend to believe it would suggest that everything is going down, and as Bitcoin is number one, it would hold up better, meaning that Quant would get battered pretty much. That could be Quant coming back down into that DCA buy zone, which we saw between $80 to $100 at $20 range, which is again still support of that larger descending triangle. Yes, it has targets to the downside. We can look into that at another date, but it's still being held as support. So while doing so, it is the bottom of the market. So that's why we should be really expecting pumps from Quant eventually. Not that, and even if I say something like this move would happen fast, it doesn't suggest it's going to happen now. It's going to happen fast right now as of this moment. It means when the move starts, it's going to happen fast. So we're going to be waiting on that. That's it from me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Again, all the links you need to reach out to me or to take action on all of those offers, whether you want 3 months totally free in the Discord, or just want to reach out to me with questions, message me on my Twitter. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, peace.